What's up, everyone? Justin here, back with my review of WWE Payback 2020. Just ended. I don't know how long ago, but whatever. 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes. So here's my review of Payback, right after, a week after SummerSlam 2020. I don't know why WWE did this. Had a pay-per-view a week later, back to back. I'm not complaining. I'm a fan of WWE. I watch them the most out of any other company, and I will be a WWE fan for life. If you hate the product and bitch and complain about it every week, or you don't like what they do, well, stop fucking watching. So anyways, Payback kickoff show. I want to say about them doing back-to-back pay-per-views. I don't think it was an awful idea, but they should not be doing it every month. No way. This could have been if we didn't have the pandemic, this could have been a Saudi Arabia show or a super show or whatever the heck. Yeah, it would have probably been a super show after SummerSlam. So every year WWE does like two extra pay-per-views every month anyways. But here we go. And Payback back-to-back shows kind of is overkill. Like overexposing your product, because you got Raw, NXT, SmackDown, you had SummerSlam, now Payback. But again, I'm not complaining. I enjoyed what I watched. 3 titles on the line. I enjoyed the show. I did not think it was bad or really that bad. So here we go with my Payback 2020 pay-per-view review. Up first was a kickoff. Had a women's match on the kickoff, a women's tag team matchup. I liked that. Like all 4 of these women. I think Liv and Ruby are actually better workers and wrestlers, but I like the Iconics. I really, really like the Iconics. They're really entertaining. And I love Liv, and Ruby's really great. So the Riot Squad, Ruby Riot and Liv Morgan, took on the Iconics on the kickoff and defeated the Iconics. At one point, I think Peyton or Billy pushed Ruby into Liv, and Liv turned around and thought it was Ruby that attacked her. Why would Ruby attack you? She's your partner. But Liv was confused. Did Ruby attack me? But Liv tagged in, started kicking ass, and Liv Morgan, Ruby Riot win finally. Fucking finally. They got a victory together, because they kept losing. They had 2 or 3 tag matches before, and they kept losing. Up next was the main show. The main card of Payback. It was for the U.S. I didn't know at first if it was for the U.S. title, but it was. Apollo Crews defending against Bobby Lashley of the Hurt Business. In the Hurt Business, MVP likes to say we mean business, and business is booming. Well, lately you've been losing. Over and over and over, you have become the jobber business instead of the Hurt Business. You've been losing nonstop. But tonight was different. Finally, somebody from the Hurt. Well, I know Benjamin was winning the 24/7 title and not losing all the time, but that title is a joke. It means nothing. It's a comedy title. I like the 24/7 title. I think it's entertaining, but it's a joke of a championship. It's just a comedy title. And don't blame WWE for the 24/7 title. USA Network came up with it and told them to do it. And you gotta listen to your network when they're paying you a ton of money, like USA Network pays WWE. So US title match, Apollo Crews loses and new US champion Bobby Lashley. It was a good match. Both of these guys are really damn good. So finally, the Hurt Business has a real champion and championship a part of the Hurt Business, the US title. Even though the US title, they've been trying to build it back up. I give them credit. They had Apollo, had it for like 2 to 3 months, had a good reign. They're trying to build it back up. That's a good thing. I'm glad Bobby Lashley is the new US champ. Apollo is yelling after the match that he wants it back. He's going to get it back. Up next, we had, this match was okay, but it was like a SmackDown. It could have been on SmackDown. But whatever. I like Big E a lot, so I'm glad he got on pay-per-view. Hope he got a pay-per-view payday and extra money. Up next was Sheamus against Big E. They had a little feud going on for like 1 or 2 weeks. And for Payback being only a week build up, like 6 days to build up, I think the show is pretty good for only a week build up. 3 titles on the line. And so far, 1 new champion, Bobby Lashley, the new US champ. Big E defeats Sheamus in 12 minutes. I just want Big E to win like right away, immediately. It should have been over in like 3 to 4 minutes, but no, it went on. Big E wins, thank God, and then he was yelling at Corey. This was kind of weird. I guess Corey Graves said, I don't know if he said on his podcast, his WWE podcast, After the Bell. I never listened to it. I don't care about Corey Graves. I don't care for the guy. He couldn't get it done in the ring. He was forced to retire because of injuries. That's not his fault, but the guy got injured a lot of head injuries, a lot of concussions. He had to retire. I know he didn't want to retire. Sometimes Corey Graves is good on commentary and funny, but not most of the time. He's not. He's not Bobby Heenan. Never will be as good as Bobby Heenan as a heel commentator. Never will be as good as Jesse Ventura. Corey Graves is not very good. And he was not very good of a wrestler either. The guy was a CM Punk ripoff, in my opinion. And he did nothing in his career except become a wrestler. So, there. He was tougher than me because he became a wrestler. I did not. So, anyways, Big E's yelling at Corey Graves like, there, what do you think of that? I just beat Sheamus. He goes, I'm stepping up. Look in my eyes, Corey. I'm ready. I am ready for the opportunity to be a top guy, main eventer. And Corey's like, okay, I see you. That was just weird, having Big E yell at Corey. Like, it would have been way more entertaining if they followed Big E with a camera to gorilla position, have him yell at Vince. Like, not for real, just storyline wise, have him yelling at Vince McMahon like, look in my eyes, I'm ready. I am ready for the opportunity. I am so ready. He should have yelled at Vince, not Corey. Because Corey's just a stupid commentator. Big E, next time you win, go yell at Vince McMahon on TV. Because he's the boss, he's the booker. He's the guy that, anyways, whatever. I guess Vince believes in Big E because he put him over here. So Big E wins over Sheamus. And every time Sheamus appears on my damn TV, I almost go blind because that's the whitest man I've ever seen. He's whiter than this bright ass light. He's whiter than this light bulb. Up next, we had the women's, not the women's. This match could have been on SmackDown. It shouldn't have been on pay-per-view. It was not a pay-per-view quality matchup. Hopefully next, I think Saturday's AEW All Out pay-per-view. I hope they have all pay-per-view quality matches. Not like Matt Riddle against King Corbin. I didn't care about it. I wanted Matt Riddle to knock Corbin's teeth out and down his throat, but he did not. Matt Riddle's cool with me. I like the guy still. But I didn't care for the match. It was boring and it went on too long. Matt Riddle defeats King Corbin there. That's all I gotta say about it. King Corbin, get rid of that stupid King gimmick. It's old and played out. But that's WWE's fault for thinking a King gimmick is still relevant. In 2020, it is not. Up next, the Women's Tag Team Championship. This was a match I was looking forward to. The women's matches and the main event. That's all the matches I really cared about on Payback. I was definitely watching for Bayley and Sasha and Liv and Ruby and the Iconics, and for the main event. That's why I watched Payback. It was like a B- level or C+ pay-per-view. I probably would have watched it anyways if there were no women's matches. So, but anyways, the women have been killing it. And they are the most entertaining part of WWE's show is the women. Especially Asuka, Bayley, Sasha. Also other women. I love Liv and Ruby and Natty. I want to see them all get TV time. Mickie James also. So, yeah, women's tag team titles. This match was kind of weird. It felt like, I don't know, definitely Nia was botching a lot and messing up, doing botches. Sasha and Bayley did like one botch where they kind of picked up Shayna and didn't drop her at the same time. Looked like Shayna took a nasty fall, but that was the only fuck up I saw. Nia fucked up a lot, did a lot of botches, looked blown up as hell, like she could barely breathe and needed oxygen. Her gear's god awful. She looked like a trash bag. She is a trash bag of a wrestler. She can't wrestle. And I actually like Nia Jax in NXT. I thought she had a lot of potential to be a future star, but no, not anymore. On the main roster, she has been not fucking good. And I know she had 2 torn ACLs. She's tough as hell. I respect her for that, for working injured, but still. I'm not a fan of Nia. Somehow she's gotten worse than her NXT days. She actually got worse on the main roster. And I would hope to God that The Rock, I believe he got Nia into WWE, I think. I don't know, but I would hope to God The Rock could see that there's, like, every other woman on the roster is better than Nia. Every woman. Even Lana. Lana's even better, and she's not a good wrestler. But Lana's better than Nia. I will stand by that, and I believe that. So women's tag titles felt like a few botches, and Nia was fucking blown up a lot. Now we have Bayley Dose straps. No more. Bayley 1 belt. Or Bayley 1 straps. Sasha went into SummerSlam as Banks 2 belts. Now she's won nothing. She has no titles. She is no belts. Banks. And Bayley still is SmackDown Women's Champion for 320 days. And that streak will go on until Sasha defeats Bayley. I believe probably at inside of Hell in a Cell. If they have the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, I don't know if they're even doing it again. I'm sure they will, and I think they should book Bayley Sasha for Hell in a Cell. I don't know. But we have new women's tag team champions. Again, Bayley is Bayley 1 straps and no belts. Banks, your new women's tag team champion. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. And by the way, Shayna did all the work for her team. She choked out Bayley and had Sasha's legs in a Muda submission. And she had them both in submissions and Bayley tapped. Shayna should be a double champ. Get rid of Nia. You don't need her. Shayna 2 belts because she did all the fucking work. Shayna Baszler deserves 2 women's tag titles for herself because she carried the team and did all the damn work. Nia did nothing but get blown up in botches. So Bayley after it, outside the ring, Bayley sitting on the ground looking at Sasha like, again, I'm sorry. That's pretty funny to think about. Sasha went into SummerSlam last Sunday as Banks 2 belts. Now she's no belts Banks. Brian, I know you'll probably not like that. My friend on Twitter. Brian, she is now no belts Banks. It is sad but true. She'll get Bayley's title. Don't worry, I'm sure she will. Even though I think I'll be cheering for Bayley to retain over Sasha. So up next we had Keith Lee make his main roster pay-per-view debut. I got in a, not an argument, but a disagree that this guy tweeted me. I think he follows me. Anyways, the guy's always disagreeing with me everything I tweet. He tweets me back and disagrees or sends me facts. And maybe he's right, but I disagree. He said Keith Lee, this was his 3rd pay-per-view because I tweeted out this is his pay-per-view debut. Well, it was. It was his debut on the main roster, not a part of NXT, so I stand by that. It was his main roster pay-per-view debut. This guy tweets me and says no. It's his 3rd pay-per-view. Yes, Keith Lee was at Survivor Series 2019. He was at the Rumble. But he was a part of NXT. So he was not in the main roster. So that was not his main roster pay-per-view. Debuts, in my opinion, tonight at Payback was. Bask in his glory. Keith Lee, Randy Orton. Did not go long. My God, 6 minutes? That's short for a pay-per-view match with these 2 fucking great workers. What the fuck? I didn't think it was 6 minutes. It felt like over 10. That's too short. Keith Lee is just so fucking amazing. I love the guy. I love watching him wrestle. I'm a big fan of Keith Lee. Keith Lee wins a clean pinfall victory over the Viper, the Legend Killer, Randy Orton. That is a big fucking win for Keith Lee. Give the guy a monster push, I say. So that's a huge win, and good for Orton for putting Keith Lee over. It needed to happen. If Keith Lee would have lost his pay-per-view main roster debut, if he would have lost, that would have been a fucking disgrace and a joke and a bad booking decision if Keith Lee would have lost. Up next, Keith Lee wins, by the way, with the Spirit Bomb. And then they kept saying after it, I don't know why, I think it's Samoa Joe, and Joe's really great on commentary, but he kept yelling. He's probably told to yell this. Kept saying, Spirit Bomb out of nowhere, Spirit Bomb out of nowhere. It's not out of nowhere. It's not like an RKO, but whatever. So up next, we had Rey Mysterio and Dominic, a Monday Night Raw rematch that I need to see on a pay-per-view. Dominic and Rey against Seth Rollins, Buddy Murphy. Why did it go 16 minutes? Too long. Booked it way too long. Overbooked it. Just not a good decision. Whoever timed out the match. Why did it go longer than Keith Lee Randy? I don't get that, and I think that's wrong. Went way too long, but whatever. I missed a lot of it. I left where I was watching. I had to leave my room, and I was talking to my mom about something. Anyways. Yeah. 16 minutes. That's way too fucking long for Dominic and Rey against Seth and Buddy. I like all four guys, but way too fucking long. Dominic, Rey Mysterio win. And I believe tomorrow on Raw, Rey Mysterio gets his revenge against Seth. I guess, one-on-one, even though they faced each other twice already in tag matches. It's one-on-one. Maybe it'll be an eye for an eye, part 2. I don't know. Up next, the main event, where Roman did not appear for like 90%, 95% of the match. Roman did not come out. I guess he did not sign the contract yet. He did not until Paul Heyman. First off, The Fiend defended the Universal title against Braun Strowman. Roman Reigns, no disqualification, no holds barred. Whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, no holds barred. No holds barred triple threat for the Universal title. No Roman for 95% of the match. Braun and The Fiend just beat the fuck out of each other. Really beat each other up. Did a suplex spot. Broke the ring again. The broken ring spot should not happen again. That's the third time they did it. Did it with Brock, Big Show. Did it with Mark Henry, Big Show. Now you do it again. Do not do that spot anymore where you break the ring. It broke the exact same way also, which was kind of lame, but I guess it can't break it any other way. You should have caved in the middle of the ring and had their bodies on the floor. That would have been cool, but no. You just broke the ring the same damn way you did it before. First time is shocking with Brock and Big Show. Second time, Mark Henry, Big Show. It was pretty cool. Now it was just overplayed and overdone. Don't break the ring anymore, WWE. I've seen it enough. I didn't hate it, but stop doing it. There's no reason to keep doing that spot, even though you haven't done it in, 8 years or something, 7 years. So The Fiend and Braun break the ring from a superplex from Braun and The Fiend. Those are two big guys up there, well over 600 pounds. And the ref, look at the ref. Charles Robinson took a great bump over the top rope. The ropes collapsed, and he just goes like this over the rope. Just goes over him backwards. It was pretty hilarious. Great bump by Charles Robinson. Shout out to him. That was a great bump he took over the rope. That was really cool and really funny. So then Paul Heyman appears after the rings broke. I think they destroyed the announce table and destroyed the stage and went through tables. Then Roman appears. Paul Heyman's on the stage with the contract, opens it. Roman comes out. His music hit. By the way, get Roman new music. Get Roman a new fucking theme. He's with Paul Heyman. He has a new attitude. Get him a new badass, better theme than the damn Shield. Shield's over. They've been over for over a year. Well over a year. The Shield has been dead. Get him a new theme. It's embarrassing, WWE, that you keep playing the Shield theme for Roman. I don't know what Vince thinks. That Roman's a true leader of the Shield, so he deserves the Shield music forever. I don't know, but get rid of it. So he signs a contract, goes to the ring. Paul Heyman's happy, smiling, watching on the stage. Roman gets in, covers the Fiend. He kicks out, beats Braun with a chair, about 10 chair shots, or at least like 8 or 9 or 7. Pins Braun. He kicks out. Then the Fiend puts on the mandible claw on Roman. He kicks him in the balls. Fiend goes out of the ring. By the way, Alexa kept watching the Fiend a lot. They showed her twice backstage, staring at the Fiend like she's a member of his cult or something. Like she's mesmerized by him. Like she's brainwashed. Or the finger going in Alexa's mouth. I don't know. Maybe the Fiend put a spell on her. I don't know. She has like split different personalities now. Where she just snapped on Nikki Cross. And she'll probably beat the hell out of Nikki Cross pretty soon. So Roman's kicks the Fiend in the nuts. No Alexa Bliss running. That would have been pretty interesting and different. If Roman was about to pin Braun and Alexa would have ran in and jumped on Roman. That would have been good shit. But they didn't fucking do that. I don't know why. I would have done that if I was booking. I would have Alexa get involved and try to help the Fiend more. But she, I guess, is too afraid to come down and get involved. I don't know. Maybe she'll get involved in the future. Maybe she'll throw fire in the face of Roman. I don't know what the future holds. So then he kicks the Fiend in the nuts. He goes out of the ring and then he spears Braun. 1, 2, 3, and new Universal Champion. He never lost it, actually. Roman Reigns. I'm glad. Because this is a different Roman. He's a heel. He's with Paul Heyman. He's a Paul Heyman guy. I love it. I'm glad Roman is champion. Very good. Glad Braun didn't win it again. And I don't want to see the Fiend as a champion. He doesn't need it. It's stupid to give him the world title on SmackDown. About Braun, I did kind of sour on Braun the past like 3-4 months, or I don't know, 2-3 months. I haven't cared about Braun, but I do respect him. And I'm not going to bash Braun anymore on Twitter. I don't think I ever said he sucked, but who knows? Maybe I could have. I'm not going to bash Braun anymore because the guy had a great WWE Chronicle I watched. He talked about thinking a lot about wanting to commit suicide. He also talked a lot about he was really badly bullied when he was growing up. So I respect Braun for revealing that. Showed a different side of Braun Strowman. Watch that WWE Chronicle if you're a Braun hater. If you don't like the guy, watch the Chronicle. You'll probably change your mind about him. I think he's a really good guy. So that Chronicle on Braun was pretty damn good. So Roman's a new champ. We have a new U.S. champ. 3 titles on the line. 3 new champions. I enjoyed Payback. It was not as good as SummerSlam. But I didn't expect it to be. I didn't expect much from Payback. I did not think I would see 3 new champs. That's exciting. That was good shit. So my grade for Payback 2020 pay-per-view, I give it a B minus. Almost B plus, but I'll say B minus for Payback 2020. What's your grade for it? Leave your grade in the comments. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you can, go to my PayPal in the description. Leave me a tip. Bye for now.